Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and a bit unnerving, the dark web. You've probably heard whispers about it, but what exactly is it? And how does it impact our world? Let's unravel this digital mystery together. So, what is the dark web? Simply put, it's a hidden part of the internet that isn't indexed by search engines like Google. You can't just stumble upon it with a regular browser. It's designed for anonymity, making it a haven for both privacy-focused users and, unfortunately, some nefarious activities. To understand the dark web, we need to break down the different layers of the web. Picture the internet as an iceberg. The tip that's visible above water is the open web. That's where we spend most of our time, browsing social media, reading news, shopping online. Beneath the surface is the deep web. This is much larger than the open web and includes all the data that isn't indexed by search engines. Think of your online banking, email accounts, private databases, all the stuff you need special access for. And then there's the dark web sitting in the deepest, most hidden part of the iceberg. It's accessed using special tools like Tor, designed to keep users anonymous. This anonymity can be a double-edged sword, protecting privacy but also enabling illegal activities. Let's zoom in on the dark web. It's like an underground city, bustling with marketplaces, forums, and hidden services. It started gaining traction with the advent of Tor, originally developed by the US Navy to protect government communications. But soon it became a playground for cyber criminals, hackers, and, interestingly, whistleblowers and journalists needing a safe space to share information. It's a mixed bag of uses, some legitimate, many not. Curious about how one accesses this hidden realm? You'd need to use Tor, which stands for the Onion Router. It's a browser that masks your identity by bouncing your connection through multiple servers across the globe. Sounds complicated, right? And it is intentionally so. But beware. Venturing into the dark web without proper precautions can be dangerous. There are risks of encountering illegal content, malware, and even attracting law enforcement attention. Now, what kind of stuff can you find on the dark web? Well, pretty much everything you can imagine. And a lot you probably wish you couldn't. We're talking about illegal drugs, weapons, stolen data, counterfeit money, and even hacking services. But it's not all dark and grim. There are also forums for activists in oppressive regimes, places where people can communicate freely without fear of retribution. To give you a clearer picture, here's a more detailed list of what's available on the dark web. Illegal drugs, various kinds of narcotics are sold openly. Weapons, firearms, and explosives can be found in many dark web marketplaces. Stolen data, credit card details, personal information, and even health records. Counterfeit money and documents, fake currency, passports, and ID cards. Hacking services, everything from DDoS attacks to personal data breaches. Illicit pornography, unfortunately, including child exploitation material. Human trafficking, disturbing but true, human trafficking rings operate here. Hitman services, services offering to commit crimes like murder. Who's buying all this stuff? The major consumers of the dark web are as varied as its offerings. Criminal organizations using it for illegal trade and communication. Hackers both for selling their services and buying tools. Political dissidents seeking a safe space to communicate. Curious individuals, sometimes just regular people wanting to explore the forbidden. Governments worldwide are trying hard to curb the spread of illegal activities on the dark web. They've enacted laws, deployed sophisticated technologies, and formed international coalitions to track and shut down illegal operations. For example, agencies like the FBI and Interpol have conducted sting operations, bringing down notorious dark web marketplaces like Silk Road. But it's a game of cat and mouse. The dark web is constantly evolving, making it tough to police. So what are the authorities doing to stop those who run these dark websites? They're using advanced technologies to trace transactions and communications. There's also a lot of international cooperation because, let's face it, the dark web is global. And they've had some big wins. Let's dive deeper into a specific case, the Silk Road. This infamous marketplace was like an Amazon for illegal drugs, weapons, and more. It was run by Ross Ulbricht, aka Dread Pirate Roberts. Launched in 2011, Silk Road quickly became the go-to place for buying and selling illegal goods using Bitcoin. It was a sophisticated operation with a strict code of conduct, interestingly enough. Ulbricht ran it from his laptop, moving constantly to avoid detection. But in 2013, the FBI managed to track him down. It took months of digital sleuthing, undercover operations, and even good old-fashioned detective work. They finally caught Ulbricht in a San Francisco library, his laptop open and logged into Silk Road. The takedown was a major victory, but it also highlighted the scale of dark web operations. Despite Silk Road's closure, similar sites quickly popped up. Ulbricht was sentenced to life in prison, but the dark web's dark trade continues. So why is it so challenging to combat the dark web? One word: anonymity. The very tools that provide privacy also shield criminal activity. Plus, the global nature of the internet means jurisdiction issues abound. What's illegal in one country might be perfectly legal in another. The dark web doesn't just impact individuals. It has broader economic implications, too. Businesses lose billions annually to data breaches and cyber attacks originating from the dark web. The cost of combating these threats and securing networks is a massive economic burden. And let's not forget the impact on our younger generation. Young people, with their curiosity and tech savviness, are at risk of stumbling upon or even getting involved in dark web activities. The exposure to illicit content can have serious psychological effects and can lead some down a path of criminal behavior. Looking at the numbers, the dark web is home to thousands of marketplaces and forums, with transactions amounting to billions of dollars. Cybercrime is a growing industry, and despite numerous takedowns, the dark web continues to thrive. So, what's the future of the dark web? It's likely to keep evolving, staying a step ahead of law enforcement. However, public awareness and education are crucial. The more people know about the risks and realities of the dark web, the better equipped we are to handle its challenges. To wrap up, the dark web is a complex, shadowy part of the internet that we need to approach with caution. While it does provide a haven for some legitimate activities, the potential for harm is significant. Stay informed, stay safe, and always be mindful of the digital footprints you leave behind. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the dark web. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, stay curious, stay safe.